so hitting the scene. Shit tales of Oz and Florida dreams. Tales are crazy wild as the wind. Laughs and madness can make you spin. Shit tales rolling Florida's king. Podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide. From down under to the Sunshine State, mishaps and mayhem can't escape fate. Chuvalo and Croc Dundee, a wild ride on podcast sea. Shit tales rolling Florida's king. Podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide. From down under to the Sunshine State, mishaps and mayhem can't escape fate. Chuvalo and Croc Dundee, a wild ride on podcast sea. Shit tales rolling Florida's king. Podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide.
Hello and welcome everybody to another edition of the podcast live at the studio. We are joined as always by me, NCR News Network, my friend, co-host, and his name is Jeff, Anthony Caruso, and our very special guest, the man, the myth, the legendary sheriff himself, Florida Roundup.
Oh boy, how good is this? Hang on. NCR, I think we're forgetting something. Did you say we're going live?
Yes,
We'll do it live.
okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know, but it has been a crazy week for the people of Florida. I have 10 amazing stories, and Anthony has 10 amazing, fantastic stories from the shit towns of Australia. But before we get into the fun and the shenanigans galore, welcome everybody inside chat. But we have some announcements from our sponsors. One of the oldest and dearest is sponsoring us yet again.
You can get it driving. You can get it diving. You can get it snorting a line. A hard-earned thirst needs an ice-cold beer. The best cold beer is Vaucluse Bitter. You can get it while you're doing your hair. You can get it while wrestling a bear. You can get it any old how. Matter of fact, I've got it now. A hard-earned thirst needs an ice-cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vaucluse Bitter.
Great sponsor.
Damn straight.
I'm
Damn
moving to
straight.
Australia.
Oh, and Roundup, please don't forget to take a complimentary case of Vaucluse Bitter home with you when you leave the studio.
Oh, I will. And then I'm going to Australia myself.
It's a good drop.
But we have a returning sponsor that hasn't been on the air with us for a while. So let's take a look at what's going on in the world of dentistry.
Want to make sure you're looking your absolute worst when you go to a court case to try and lose custody of your children? Then make sure you visit our good friends at BSBT Dentistry. With the finest in tooth decay and the very best in hobo looks, BSBT Dentistry will ensure that you look like you've just been snorting coke off a man's cock in the back streets alley. We also have very big specials for sovereign citizens and people who don't accept the jurisdiction or the requirements to be our father. Make sure you check us online at bsbtdentistry.com and make a booking today. BSBT Dentistry, proudly smashing your face right through a wall.
At
Wow.
least the check cleared this time.
It did clear this time. I was
He
actually
takes
rather
personal
impressed.
favors.
I heard he does. Actually, you know what I did here, NCR? And sorry to drop names on this, but I believe BSBT Dentistry actually got their first malpractice win because I believe they ended up getting our good friends at they're going to end up getting our good friends at the Castro Myers and Blandino.
Yes, yes. They did win that malpractice suit, but he did have to make a concession, I heard. I maybe you could confirm this for me, but did he also have to offer free dental work at a competent dentist?
I think it was, but only for one person.
Mm.
You see, Roundup, this is the kind of quality people we have supporting our show.
Oh man. When you take
Oh,
personal
boy.
favors as a deductible. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. That or empty six-pack bottles. He does offer a powder exchange, but I don't think it's well worth it.
Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste any more time. I'm going to get straight into our shows here tonight. NCR, I have the ceremonial coin.
I'm calling heads this week.
Heads is the call, and it's a tails.
Ah, damn it.
Hey, can I
You
make a
win this
prediction
round.
real quick?
Yep, go ahead.
So I'm guessing one of these stories is going to involve a grandma climbing a telephone pole, and in Florida, someone riding on someone's car in feces. We'll see if those predictions come true.
You never know.
You never know.
Anything can happen. As our good friend Murray Walker used to say, anything can happen, and it usually does.
So
Anyway,
please.
let's leading off. Number 10 for the shit towns of Australia. For the week ending the 1st of June of 2025. Well, it's an old favourite of ours. Number 10, Port Pirie, South Australia. Still shit. And indeed, Port Pirie's still trying to clean up from all that pigeon shit that ended up on the SA Health building. In fact, Roundup, there was so much pigeon shit that they had to evacuate the building for health concerns.
Wow. What building was this?
It was a health building. Government health building.
Wow.
The literal definition of a shit town. NCR, who is your number 10?
Number 10 is dedicated to a friend of the channel, but she'll know who she is. A South Florida man with name John Publix has been arrested for stealing from a Publix. That's right. A Florida man with the name of John Publix was arrested for stealing from a Publix grocery store. This took place in Hollywood, Florida, where a man was arrested, according to court documents, after the stealing from a Hollywood Publix and, well, later earned felony battery on an LEO. The 26-year-old man was wearing a black pink dress with a black wrap around his face as a mask, where he stole a 94-year-old woman's chain at the 1740 Polk Street location Tuesday afternoon, according to police records. Police grabbed a green Publix bag where they found him sweating and butchering with a sweet batch of bananas, iceberg lettuce, a Coke Zero, a Frappuccino, a thing of fried shrimp, all totaling a total of $25.27 from the store.
Jesus Christ.
The arrestee was also disguised wearing a pair of black tight pants, no shirt, gray socks, according to the Hollywood police, the black mask, and the dress with black gloves in the crotch area. Maybe he's trying to compensate for something, I don't know.
Crotch stopper.
But
Crotch stopper.
he he remains in jail on a $3,000 bond for petty theft, resisting without violence, and battery on an LEO as of Friday. And it wouldn't be an episode if we didn't share the mugshot of Mr. Publix.
Yes.
And it's a shame because Publix is where shopping is a pleasure.
Oh boy.
Oh,
boy.
yes.
He looks like he's just had an epiphany.
He looks like he's trying to say out loud, but he can't get the words out. I would have got away with it if it was for those meddling cops and that dog.
Oh.
He looks like an NPC from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh, come on, that's a cheap shot to the NPCs there.
Did you say his name was Publix?
Yes. His name is John Publix. As
Interesting
is
name.
the store name.
His name's on the
Who-
stuff.
Well, he's got us there. Who is number 9 for the shit towns of Australia?
Number 9 for the shit towns of Australia takes us to Bunbury in Western Australia, where an outdoor music shell has been set on fire after a council played non-stop Wiggles music to deter rough sleepers.
Why?
Yes. So it's been a trend at Bunbury where they try to get rid of the rough sleepers by playing non-stop music, and in particular, a lot of the Wiggles.
Jesus.
Yeah.
In fact, it's gotten so bad, I think I can still hear it in the background at the moment. I'm a little bit concerned by it. Oh, dear God. Bunbury, stop!
Please, stop.
Stop it! Seriously!
Reggie, you and the boys, go take care of that.
Reggie, get over to Bunbury right now. Better get to the article here. So, whilst it hasn't been happening for a bit, it did rear its ugly head up in a recent event out at Bunbury. Now, Bunbury's been grappling with antisocial behaviour for years. The music shell where they played it from was set on fire by a 23-year-old homeless man because he couldn't handle any more Wiggles.
He's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll tell you what, he did do a right and roll number on it as well.
Woo!
Holy, wow.
Clearly, Wake Up Jeff got into his head too much.
Wow.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
Oh, boy. Yeah. See, Roundup, this is what happens when you overdo it on the Wiggles, all right? Who is your number 9, NCR?
Number 9 is a Florida woman who where police found meth in her buttocks area.
There's
Oh,
that
no.
Florida.
Oh, no. That's someone else shelving meth.
Yes. This takes place in Collier County, Florida, according to court documents, where they claim a 30-year-old Florida woman tried chewing meth to hide it in her buttocks area during a strip search where it was found in a detention facility. According to the detention center in Collier County, the circuit court website says Summer Nicole Adamson is facing charges of alleged possession of drug paraphernalia, as well as evidence tampering and smuggling contraband into a county detention facility. This took place June 29th of last year, where they found someone in a Jeep, where she was later arrested for trying to drive the Jeep while under the influence. She was pulled over and then arrested. But during the strip search in the county facility while she was under arrest, she was found to have meth in her possession. But not in her mouth, but in her buttocks. And if she would have told the police beforehand that she was trying to shelf the drugs, she wouldn't be facing this felony charge and has an arraignment date on the 24th of July. But what kind of a lovely woman, what kind of an absolute stunner of a beauty would do such a thing? Right?
Can
We're
you
all
imagine if you
thinking
had to fart? Can you imagine if you had to fart and you're sitting there knowing you can't, or the gig's up?
Could you imagine the colors coming out of your butt if you did fart with all the drugs there?
True, but I think the meth being in her buttocks would cause her cheeks to constantly chatter and asking, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. But
you know what? If I were ever in that situation, and I know I'm not, but no river don't contain a bend, right? I can't ever say never. But if I'm ever in such a situation, I'll just tell him I thought it was a suppository.
Hey, Jim, where are you?
No, we're not doing that. Not this show. But this is the lovely Summer. Look at her. I think she's a perfect match for BSBT.
Oh.
They have so much in common.
No, they don't. She still has teeth.
True.
Although if you zoomed in, you could see a pretty sizable gap in between her two front teeth.
Ooh, I just had a nasty thought.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know if I should share it or not.
Share with the class.
Eric.
Okay. Say they were bumping fuzzies.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That'd make one hell of a king rat, or rat king, right?
Oh.
That's nasty.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
Oh, that got me right in the feels.
That's what I'm here for.
You're a terrible human being. You should feel bad.
They
But
could
we
never
don't.
separate again. They'd be Siamese twins.
Oh, we're going to hell in a handbasket.
Number 8, sir, please.
Number 8 for the shit towns of Australia. We head off to Launceston in Tasmania, where a quadriplegic criminal has been convicted for dealing drugs and, oh my god, possessing a trout sex video. It's happening again.
I have only one thing to say.
That boy ain't right.
I mean, a quadriplegic drug criminal is bad enough. But NCR, it's this epic trout sex video. The same one.
I think we should give Roundup a bit of a backstory here so he understands the severity of this.
Yes.
Last year, we had covered in one of the first episodes we did of a man and woman who filmed the woman having relations with a live trout that she had caught. Now, they recently came back into the news after the male companion had pled guilty of filming the same act of relations with the fish, who is now in witness protection at a hatchery that's to be disclosed. But this video has been making the rounds in Australia.
And we're not showing anyone here. We are not going to show anyone this video. Seriously. It's just, I think I'm going to be sick. And I've still got to read this article. A quadriplegic man has avoided jail time for drug trafficking after a Supreme Court judge ruled his case called for mercy and a personalised approach to sentencing. Jesse Dean Moore was handed a fully suspended 2-year sentence this week after pleading guilty to trafficking cocaine, ice, MDMA, and ketamine between September 2022 and February 2023. Acting Justice Shane Marshall said that while the offending was particularly serious and would normally result in a prison term, Moore's circumstances were unique. The court heard that Moore became quadriplegic in 2018 at the age of 22 after a horrific near-fatal diving incident. He began using drugs in 2021 to self-medicate and eventually started dealing to support his drug addiction. Now, since his arrest, he has managed to turn his life around. He now lives in supported accommodation up in Queensland and works for the CEO of Men of Business, a group helping at-risk young men. Shows that there is hope for this gentleman there. However,
There we go.
the court also finalised several summary charges, including drug possession and possessing prohibited material, specifically a viral explicit video involving a Tasmanian pear and a trout.
I keep saying it. She took the brown trout and made a red snapper.
Is the guy's name Troy McClure?
That's funny, but Troy worked for the show. I'll have to ask him.
Oh, dear. So, out of respect for the guy, because he has turned his life around, I won't show his photo. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I think there'll be some other people who've got some views on that a little bit later on. NCR, who is your number 8?
My number 8, a Florida man who claims he is Jesus kisses a mirror in the gym and locks a man in there. Yes, you heard me right. A Pinellas County man is facing charges after he allegedly trapped another male minor in the gym. Kissed him against his will. Yes. There's only one thing that comes to mind hearing this guy.
Oh, save me, Jeebus!
Oh, man.
Where's Grady
But
Judd when you need him?
Well, this is Pinellas County, so
True.
he's not here. But according to the Clearwater Police Department, James Travis Byron Thompson, age 39, walked up to a Crunch Fitness, told them in a past life he was Jesus, tried to give them a hug. According to the arrest report, he went and tried to get the victim away, but he used his body to block the exit of the gym locker room, kissed him against his will. Detectives say Thompson attempted to kiss the victim yet again on the face. Well, he did kiss him on the face, which counts as simple battery and false imprisonment, booking charges for him in the Pinellas County Jail. Now, who wants to see Jeebus?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
I'm getting less Jesus and more Tiger King vibes.
Yeah.
That can't be a true Florida man. He looks slightly more real.
He's got the hair.
Yeah.
I bless you, my son.
And you know, James in Spanish is Jesus.
It is.
Yep.
No, but I'm a nerd. I believe in Asus.
The only advice I have for my Florida man here is this.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I believe. Hold on. We're getting word. We have a statement from the victim.
I'm not normally a praying man, but if you're up there, please save me, Superman.
Oh man.
Oh,
Simpsons are getting a good run today.
yes, they are. Who is number 7 for the shit towns of Australia?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, strap. Like, this is the kind of story I'm disappointed the captain's not here today. Because he could have used the captain.
We could have.
7th place takes us back to one of our favorite places in NCR. It's Goldie.
Oh, the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, Goldie.
An OnlyFans star has been hospitalized after getting railed by 583 men in 6 hours.
What?
Hold on.
You fucking weirdo.
Now we do believe it did actually happen in a hotel room. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. No, apparently it didn't happen in a hotel room. We had someone who was an eyewitness of the event.
It's a pornography store. I was buying pornography.
Thank you, Mr. Simpson.
I'm gonna need to hear that one more time. What happened?
Aussie OnlyFans star Annie Knight has been hospitalized after having sex with 583 men in 6 hours. The most sexually active woman in Australia previously said the experience was the best day of my life.
Wait,
However,
hold on.
Yeah.
She's not even married to any of them. How can that be? How can that be?
Oh.
You don't want to know.
Knight has since told Us Weekly the amount of stress she put on herself over the act is what led to her hospitalization. The 28-year-old said she was dealing with other worries at the time, such as finalizing the purchase of a new home. In all my videos, I was very honest about the fact that I was feeling fine before, during, and after. The actual physical side of the challenge wasn't so much the problem. It was more like the after effects, I guess, the amount of stress I put on myself. Knight said that her body had just hit a wall and she's exhausted and burned out. Knight previously said that she'd been bleeding a lot since the sexual exchange and was a bit raw down there. I did get a small cut. Knight told Perth Now she hired a swingers club for the stunt and detailed what went down after nearly 600 men turned up for the challenge, saying each of them was given 30 seconds to a minute to have sex with her. I had 12 members of staff there on the day. Once the guys arrived, they came to the venue and there were 2 of my assistants sitting there doing their release forms and signing them in, checking their IDs and all that. Then we had a security guard patting them down, searching their bags, and then handing them a condom, a wristband, and a balaclava.
Oh, my.
Now, Annie Knight last year was criticised for publicising that she would be attending schoolies on the Gold Coast to film content with fellow OnlyFans creator Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue, who is British, was sent packing by the Australian government as she was not on a visa that allowed working while in the country. The pair were then forced out to Fiji and then got forced out of Fiji when travelling together there to create similar content for the exact same reasons. And just to show we don't discriminate, here are the 2. Here is Annie Knight, there, and this lady here is Bonnie Blue.
You know, there's a lot that we could say about Bonnie and all her antics because she has made her way to the shit tons of Australia several times. But
you know who that?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know who that really sucks for? Her boyfriend, if she has one. Can you imagine trying to have sex with her after that?
You're like
It's like,
throwing a hot
drop
dog,
your golf pencil in my mine shaft.
Actually,
Whoa.
It's funny you mention that. It's funny you mention that. Her fiance, Annie Knight's fiance, is Henry Brayshaw, son of sports commentator and former AFL and cricketer James Brayshaw.
Oh,
He's
she must
gone
be
in
making the family proud.
He's gone in and got some.
You know,
Nice.
this isn't the worst she's done to be on the show. The
Really?
worst. No, the worst was what she was trying to do at Schoolies last year.
Yeah.
She wanted to have relations with over 1,000 men who just graduated from high school.
Huh.
Well, there's only one word that can be said about what the hell was going on, and we're going to bring in our house band to tell us what they think of the whole event.
Shenanigans. Do, 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 do. Shenanigans. Do, 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 do. Shenanigans. Do, 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 do.
Thank you, Reggie.
You haven't met him yet. Round up. That is Brigadier Reginald of the Great Emu Band.
Okay. Nice.
He's our house band and head bar of the bar.
Nice.
So if you need a drink, ask Reggie.
Reggie.
Yep.
Nice.
Good man, Reggie. NCR, who's your number 7?
Number 7, I'm going to need a little assistance with this one. So
I'm Troy McClure, and I'll leave you with what we all came here to see. Hardcore nudity!
that's right, folks. It wouldn't be a Florida man, shit towns of Australia. We didn't have nudity. A naked Florida man with penis pump was arrested at an Ocala gas station.
Was it Swedish made?
It doesn't say.
Now, round up. I have to ask you before we carry on with the story. Were you bopping away after Troy McClure?
Was I what?
Were you bopping up and down to the music?
Yes, I was.
Good man.
Yes.
But NCR, wow, penis pump.
Yes. A 63-year-old man was arrested after he was allegedly traveled to an Ocala gas station, took off his clothes, and used a device known as a penis pump while he waits for an unknown woman to arrive for relations. Monday, May 26, around 2:45 p.m., the Ocala Police Department's officers responded to a racetrack gas station located at the 3674 West North Richardson Road in Ocala, receiving reports of a man who was naked by the semi-truck pumps, according to the arrest reports. Witnesses told the OPD that the fully naked man later identified himself to police as a Munson resident, Edmardo Joshua Clarence the Fourth.
Okay.
He was observed exiting his pickup truck, according to witnesses, where he pulled out a clear and black penis pump and attached it to his member. After witnesses reported the incident to several gas station employees, they confronted him later, where he entered his pickup truck and drove away from the business. Upon arriving to review the surveillance footage, allegedly showing him in the act of wiping himself down outside of the vehicle and removing his clothes, he was fully naked in public. The officers spotted the pickup truck matching the description of the vehicle provided by witnesses. When the officers approached to contact him on a traffic stop, the vehicle headed towards the intersection at the northwest Bridgerton Road. The pickup truck driver was observed putting his clothes back on while being pursued by law enforcement for approximately 1 mile, according to the police reports. They later stopped the vehicle, removed him, and detained him in handcuffs, which I'm fairly certain he enjoyed.
I gotta say one thing. Armando,
Yes.
quit stealing my moves.
He later told the police that he did.
I got him.
Wrong.
Yes, got him. Yes, I broke NCR. Got him.
You got me this time, but I'll get you again. The night is still young. He told the police that he did nothing wrong. While reserving him and searching the pickup, they found the clear and black pump found inside of a grocery store bag on the passenger seat, open Budweiser containers, and allegedly observed in the cup holder several unopened bottles of alcohol. After reading his Miranda rights, he's been informed that the unknown woman frequently travels to the racetrack to engage in sexual activity with the truckers, so he was going to meet a lot lizard.
Oh, man. Oh.
He was placed under arrest and booked into the county jail, where he is being held on a $1,500 bond with charges of exposing a sexual organ, failing to refund by refuse to be obey a lawful command by officers. He has an arraignment court date scheduled on June 24th of this upcoming month.
Yeah, we gotta watch that.
But here is our pump enthusiast.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yep.
Who is up next for the shit towns of Australia?
Jeez, I'll tell you what, the number 7s for us came in strong, didn't they, NCR?
Yes, they did. But they're only going to get stronger from here.
6th place for the shit towns of Australia takes us to Wagga Wagga in New South Wales. Yes, round up, there is a town in Australia called Wagga Wagga.
Nice.
A Gronk allegedly stabs a cop with a screwdriver after being stopped for cycling without a helmet.
Wait. Are you telling me Australia, they make you wear a helmet?
When you're cycling, yes.
Come on. It's Australia.
You need to wear a helmet, and you want to know why? It's the only thing that's going to protect you from the magpie swooping you.
Oh, okay.
And the drop bears.
That's true. That too.
Oh, boy.
2 female police officers have been violently attacked, stabbed, and punched during a routine helmet
Okay, so
stop.
he stabbed a cop with a screwdriver. Okay.
Yep. The officers were trying to stop a male cyclist for not wearing a helmet while riding on Cutler Avenue in Corringal, a suburb in New South Wales Wagga Wagga region at 2 p.m. on Friday. One officer, a 27-year-old woman, was allegedly punched multiple times in the head before being stabbed in the arm with a screwdriver. The 2 officers attempted to restrain the man who struck the second female officer, a 34-year-old woman, in the face, causing her to fall and hit her head on the concrete driveway. New South Wales ambulance paramedics treated the woman at the scene before taking them to Wagga Wagga Base Hospital in a stable condition. The 31-year-old rider was arrested at the scene and taken to Wagga Wagga Police Station, where he was charged with multiple offences, including wounding a police officer executing duty, causing actual bodily harm. He was refused bail to appear at Parramatta Local Court on Saturday. Unfortunately, I don't have a photo of the bloke, but let's just say, mate, you just came from Wagga Wagga and you're heading to Parramatta. That is what I call the definition of being stuck in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle.
Wagga Wagga.
Wagga Wagga. We've got some weird names for towns around here.
Did Fozzie Bear name your cities?
We have a Walla Walla in Washington.
I believe there's also a Cucamonga.
Yes. Rancho
Yeah.
Cucamonga.
And I believe there's also a Seattle. I hear giggling. I hear giggling.
Anywho,
Who's your number 6?
number 6 is another Florida woman. Florida woman allegedly attacked a child on a plane who called her fat and Miss Piggy. A Florida woman is facing felony child abuse charges after police say she attacked a young boy aboard an Allegiant airline flight. Of course, it's fucking Allegiant. If you're unfamiliar, Allegiant is like one of the cheapest airlines you can fly on. That will take you anywhere from anywhere to Florida, and well,
Cheaper than Ryanair.
according to the according to the report,
can you repeat that? I missed some of it. I'm sorry.
A Florida woman is facing felony child abuse charges after she attacked a young boy aboard an Allegiant airline flight after the child had remarked and made fun of her weight. Christy Lee Camperton, age 46, was set to head home from a family vacation to Disney World in Orlando, Florida on Monday, where the alleged incident occurred, according to an arrest report. The flight was set to take off from Orlando Sanford International Airport at 2 p.m. While boarding the flight, several witnesses and Camper herself told police a child repeatedly lobbed insults at her, calling her fat and Miss Piggy. And she said that she could not fit in the airplane seat, according to the arrest reports. Then the witnesses claim Camperton began to striking the child with her fists and hitting him over the head with a water bottle. She allegedly slammed the child's head into one of the windows on the airplane when the child used his arms to cover her head, according to the reports. The plane reportedly did not even leave the gate because of this. She was taken off the plane and inside the airport, arrested by police. Not said what age the child was. Camperton reportedly told the officers he was very rude and disrespectful. During her family trip to Disney World, after he had called her fat, she allegedly took his phone away from him. The arrest report stated that the child shoved her arm away off the armrest several times. Before, that's when she began to smack him. The police and witnesses say that Camperton allegedly exclaimed types of disrespectful actions. And one witness said the woman was not caring about what she said was abusing him. The police have not specified the relationship between her and the child, but she has been ordered by the courts not to have any contact with him. She has her first appearance on Tuesday, where she is currently facing charges of felony child abuse and was released on a $10,000 bond. Now, I do have a picture of her.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Should we be scared?
There is her first mugshot, and then here she is in court. I don't see how she is overly large from the photos, but she gives off major Karen vibes.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think she's looking at you, Anthony, and I think she has something to say. I want to speak to your supervisor, Caruso.
Oh,
I don't care if your
No.
name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Oh,
And one of the comments of the day, Dyslexia Jones just commented down below, its face is like the.
And now they're dating.
Oh, wow. You said it, not me.
It's Florida, right?
it is
Yeah.
Florida.
Oh. Moving on.
Number 5.
Number 5 for the shit towns of Australia takes us to Melbourne in Victoria, where we've got a multi that's happened here in Melbourne. Now, one of the ones is a little bit more serious. We don't want to go too much into it, but it has resulted in a significant change. Machetes have been banned from sale after feral teens brawled in a shopping centre. Yes, machetes have now been banned in the Melbourne CBD. But our feature story, Gronks have stolen a life-size fiberglass cow from outside a farming business. And you know what the worst part is?
What?
It's the second time this cow's been stolen.
Oh, fucking do it again.
I think we could do better.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
What is it? Honestly, what is it with people appearing on this and stealing fake animals?
I mean, we've had fake emus, cats, dogs, cows, alligators.
Who had alligators getting RKO'd?
Now, that young man was just expressing his emotions and his surprise.
To be fair, it was a decent RKO as well. He hit it well.
It's true.
Randy would have been proud.
I believe he said he was hearing voices in his head.
Oh, stop it. Do not turn this into a Bobby Heenan Gorilla Monsoon tribute show.
We lost Roundup for a second there, but let's continue on with the story.
I think he might have had a dropout for a moment there. But a group of people are sought after a life-size fiberglass cow was stolen from a business in Melbourne last month. Police have been told a silver Honda VE Commodore. There he is. There you are, Roundup.
Sorry about that. I lost.
That's okay.
Short signal there.
That's okay. You're about to hear the story about this stolen fiberglass cow.
Absolutely.
Police have been told a silver Holden VE Commodore station wagon towing a trailer containing 3 unknown offenders attended the premises on Peter Paul Way in Truganina on Sunday, April 27th at around about 1:20 a.m. 2 people got out of the Holden, wearing balaclavas and dark clothing, while the driver remained in the vehicle. The first pair lifted the cow, dubbed Betsy, into the ute's tray before driving all the way along Shrewsbury Drive. Betsy is red, white in colour and has an estimated worth of $3,500. Police have released an image of the missing bovine. And ladies and gentlemen, because we believe in doing our civic duty, here is a photo of Betsy.
Please bring her home safely.
I want to point out
the kid.
A couple of bits of advice. 1, you will not get milk out of this cow. It's made of fiberglass. And 2, please do not RKO it. It will not end well.
I don't see no udders, so I don't think you want to drink the milk, even if you could get the milk off.
There are udders right here.
Still, though.
Oh, why did you have to go and steal a fiberglass cow?
Why do Aussies do anything? Why does Florida man do anything he does?
Oh, jeez, who's your number 5?
Oh, number 5 is a 82-year-old Florida man attacks people on a beach with a tequila bottle, screaming he was going to kill the lesbians and gays, according to a caretaker. His words, not mine. A 54-year-old man was arrested, according to the Miami police, after he struck an elderly man in a wheelchair with a tequila bottle, attempting to assault his caretaker in South Beach. The attack occurred Saturday afternoon around 5:15 p.m. following a Honda Air and Sea show at the South Point Park. The elderly man's caretaker recalled the brutal attack to News 7 on Wednesday. It was a bloodbath. The poor thing in his wheelchair, feeling helpless myself, I was not able to do anything, said the caregiver. The caregiver said that she and the elderly wheelchair-bound military veteran, oh my God, who did nothing, who did not want to be identified, were leaving the show where they heard a man identified as Eric Shepard Dolphson screaming, "I'm going to kill the lesbians. I'm going to kill the gays. I'm going to kill the pedophiles," recalled the caregiver. Okay. The first two I don't agree with.
Yeah.
But I think we can all agree with the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. My man Cornflake got the spirit. He a little confused, but he got the spirit.
I think we can all agree on that.
Yes.
Yeah, very much so.
He was later identified as originating from Rhode Island, but lists himself as homeless and stuck. All of a sudden, he ran down and bang, hit the man in the face and on his nose with a tequila bottle. The caregiver said, "What are you doing to the man? You're an animal." That's all that came out. I was in shock. Deputies noticed the man's broken nose after the attack. Duffman then tried to attack the victim, putting his arms up to block another strike where he was struck again after trying to defend himself. And then the man came back with a broken bottle on his head. So he broke the bottle on his head. I mean, whoever wrote this really needs to work on their fucking grammar. I started screaming for help. On my way for help, I called the police. The caregiver said, "He's strong no matter what. He's in a wheelchair. He would likely try to protect me." This is a very long article. We're going to skip because it starts to get real violent and disturbing. So they later found the man and charged him with assault and battery on an elderly person with a deadly weapon. He's being held without bond. And this is one of the craziest things we have ever seen. I'm going to try to pull up his mugshot if I can. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull it up off. Okay, so here is the mugshot of our Florida man.
Oh. Yikes.
Jeez.
Now that is the victim's blood on him.
That is a good Florida mugshot.
That is a genuine. That is almost the ultimate Florida man right there.
You know, I'm going to say this. He looks like a particular frauditor if he's aged really, really badly.
Oh yeah.
You know what? You're not far off.
And who is that?
Yeah.
He looks like if DMA moved to Florida and just aged himself with being hooked up on certain substances and baking himself in the sun. Who
I
is
don't
your
know.
number 4? Go on, sir. Brad, you're
Sorry.
going to say something?
Yeah, I was saying, I don't know that DMA has enough testosterone to pull off that picture and to look that way.
Yeah.
Fair.
Fair. It's fair.
Number 4 takes us to Whyalla in South Australia. Yes, NCR, the cheap cousin of Port Pirie.
No. What did they do
We
this
got
time?
we got 2 stories coming out of there. First off, Browntown has banned booze. So very quickly there, the township of Whyalla have extended its alcohol ban to the entirety of the Whyalla CBD, which means you cannot get alcohol anywhere there now. But our story, a Gronkess has repeatedly rammed other cars at a service station. A 22-year-old woman was arrested at the scene and has since been charged with acts to endanger life. A woman has been arrested after the hatchback she was driving allegedly slammed repeatedly into the back of another car. Emergency services were called to a service station on Ekbolm Street in Whyalla, about 386 kilometres from Adelaide, after reports of a traffic incident involving 2 cars. The driver of the white hatchback from Iron Knob, yes, that's right, Iron Knob, was arrested by police at the scene. On Wednesday, the woman was charged with acts to endanger life, driving in a dangerous manner dangerous to the public, and property damage. In footage filmed by bystanders, the female driver can be seen repeatedly ramming her car into another car at the service station over several minutes. She hit the other car up to 10 times. One of the witnesses stated she had driven into him once before. I think she hit him about another 9 times after that before the car gave up and wouldn't go anymore. She had to be taken away in an ambulance. I'm not sure what injury she had. She definitely would have had whiplash. What sparked the incident remains unknown. The male driver of the blue SUV escaped injury. The 64-year-old female passenger of the blue SUV was taken to the hospital for treatment and remains in hospital. Wow.
This wouldn't have happened if they were driving a Nissan.
Yeah. And you know what the worst part was? But you want to know what it was? It was a Mazda.
Ooh. See, Nissan, this is why you need to sponsor us so we can plug your fine automobiles.
Exactly.
And we want our free cars.
Now, there is a video of it, which I'm hoping will actually work.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I hope it does. So, I got a sponsorship. So, just give me 20 seconds because there is a video from our good friends at 7 News. No, I'm sorry to disappoint, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Fox.
Well, let's not be sad. Who knows? Fox might make another appearance on this show.
Let me see if this is working. Yeah, we got video. We have video.
Sweet.
Let me blow it up. And ladies and gentlemen, here is the ramming. And when I told you it was a Mazda, I wasn't kidding either. It was a Mazda 121. Bang. Look at this.
Ma'am, you're not at the demo derby.
That's a fair
This
whack.
is a gas station.
Look, he even takes a run up. Oh,
the
no.
humanity.
Oh, no.
Oh,
the humanity.
Jeez.
Oh.
Gave it a fair whack, didn't she?
She did.
Clearly used to having things rammed up rears, isn't she?
Yeah. That's when bad feelings of bingo get out onto the streets.
Oh.
I said they called B14.
NCR, who's your number 4 before I end up driving my head through a wall for that joke?
A Florida man befriends somebody at a bar and buys him a beer. He is arrested later that night after firing his gun at the new friend for refusing to reimburse him for the $5 beer.
So I pull out my gun.
Oh. In DeLand, Florida, a man was arrested over the weekend after police say he shot another man over a $5 beer. The DeLand Police Department said they were called to McCabe's Bar on Amelia Avenue in DeLand around 2 a.m. Saturday morning to investigate a shooting. According to police, a 55-year-old named Calvin Gilbert had drunk a beer with the man he didn't know at the bar that night. Witnesses say Gilbert bought a $5 beer for the man. At closing time, police say Gilbert confronted the victim outside the bar and demanded that he reimburse him for the drink. The two men started to argue. Police say Gilbert then drew a black handgun and fired one round at the victim. The victim was not struck. He ducked to avoid the shooting. The bullet did hit an exterior cooler and a patrician wall. According to the DeLand police and surveillance video, Gilbert fled the scene in a tan 1999 Nissan Quest van. Oh, Nissan. Oh. Thank you for the plug, but where's their cars? Gilbert was identified through a photo lineup by law enforcement. They found him Sunday morning in Daytona Beach within 34 hours of the incident, according to the DeLand police chief. Gilbert was charged for attempted murder in the first degree and unlawful use of a firearm while under the influence of alcohol. Now, this is even worse for him due to the fact that Florida does have the 10-20 life law. If you're unfamiliar with that law, I think, Roundup, you might know it. But Anthony, are you aware of this law?
No, I don't.
Okay. Florida has made it a very unique law when it comes to using guns and crimes. If you commit a crime and you have a firearm with you or you pull it out, it's an automatic 10-year sentence. If you fire the gun and hit somebody, it is an automatic 20-year sentence. If you end up taking a life, you get 25 years to life without parole in the state prison. Now, they have even amended it to even say if you shoot somebody and they are wounded grievously or severely, you can get the 20 to 25 life. All of this over a $5 beer.
And you want a $5 beer is about 12 Miller Lights.
I mean, oh.
Hey, NCR, you know what really tied that story together?
What?
The color of the car was tan.
That's rare.
Indeed.
Yeah, I heard Louis C.K. He said, no one ever picks tan out of the lot. You wind up having to take a tan car. No one ever picks it out and buys one.
I know a certain man who worked at Strickland Propane who would disagree with you, sir.
Who was that?
I know a certain individual who worked at Strickland Propane who might disagree with you.
Oh, okay.
Moving on to the medalists. Anthony, who is your bronze medalist?
We're heading back to Queensland, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, we're heading to the Isa. Yep, Mount Isa in Queensland, where a woman, while holding a baby, tries to break up a brawl between two gronkettes. Now, you know what? Fair play. I admire the woman for trying to do the right thing. Probably not advisable to do it while holding a baby.
I don't know. Have you ever dated a Latino chick before?
Yeah,
no.
You're right.
We I don't think it would be that special to me being of Italian heritage anyway.
I don't know, man.
Oh, we're gonna enjoy this one. Shocking videos shows a violent street brawl between two women while a mother with a baby steps in to break up the fight in the outback Queensland city of Mount Isa. The two women are seen pulling violently at each other's clothes and hair and dragging each other to the ground and throwing punches. A woman wearing a green hoodie is seen hoisting the baby on her hip with the support of one hand and trying to break up the fight between the women with her other hand. An onlooker filming the incident can be heard yelling, "There's a baby," and "Move the baby," as well as telling the brawling women to knock it off. The mother responds to the person filming with, "I'm trying to stop them." After the fighting subsides, one of the women is heard yelling, "Why did you pull my hair?" Because I'm sure that was probably the biggest issue that was going around at the time. And in the interest of fair play, I've got a couple of the images.
Nice.
So they're the two brawling women.
Where's
They're definitely
and
fighting
there's the woman in the
above
background.
She's definitely fighting above her weight class. I will say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. I'd say probably 2 divisions up at that rate. And there's the woman in the background in the green hoodie filming, holding the baby, and then she is trying to break the fight up.
Hold on, is she straddling the one in black?
Yes.
Impressive.
I mean, kudos for trying and points for the creativity.
Baby
There
sheep.
you go. That's the Australia I know.
Zero F's given. And I think someone's got the comment absolutely bang on.
Jerry.
I think we need a new clip. I think we're going to need a new clip for the future.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping to hear that the baby was used as a weapon, but I guess not.
No. You use the baby as a shield.
Okay, there you go.
Think about it. She tries to punch you. You turn the baby. Who's going to punch a baby?
Who is your bronze medalist?
My bronze medalist is a Florida man drug dealer kidnaps a rival and tortures him with hot sauce.
Hot sauce. Hot.
Me on fire. Me like it. Hot. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, this is insane.
A Pasco drug dealer gets 22 years in prison for hot sauce torturing kidnapping case. Mario Espadon led a violent enterprise aspiring to become, I kid you not, Pasco County's #1 drug dealer, says the prosecution.
Gotta aim high.
We are behind a paywall on this, but I did read it before the paywall did kick in. But Mario was booked in and was prosecuted by the federal prosecutors, leading a drug trafficking empire where he was known for trafficking in large amounts of fentanyl and methamphetamine in Pasco County. He was sentenced Wednesday for 22 counts for 22 years in prison, involving a kidnapping and torturing a rival drug dealer with hot sauce. Now, the article did say that he had the man tied down with a black bag over his head, where he began to assault him and pummel him and threaten him. When that didn't work, he grabbed a bottle of hot sauce, where we can only say this.
Buddy, shit just went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick.
Oh, I hope I know what happens next.
They began to force the kidnapped victim's eyes open and began to pour large amounts of hot sauce right to the eye.
Ugh.
Yeah, but I do have his mugshot. Here is
Let's
Mario.
see it.
I will do it again. I will come. I want to.
Feel the whole chemo.
I think there's a certain song that was playing in the background when that was. You just hear it right now, can't you?
Do you think he was dancing with the hot sauce?
Oh.
I could see him dancing with the hot sauce. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Little Reservoir Dogs.
Oh.
You know, I thought you were going to say the hot sauce went up his ass.
No.
But then it took a hard left turn into Assholeville. The eyes. Come on, eyes. Ugh.
Hey, Poppy. He reminds me of Joker from Next Friday. But the wire. No, Leroy, I'm bilingual. There's a difference.
I thought you were going to say he put Taco Bell hot sauce or fire sauce on his ribeye steak.
No, that would be a blessing.
Oh, that burns. That burns so much.
Woo.
I bet he fell into a burning ring of fire and down.
Oh, stop it.
The ring of fire.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Oh, I know.
You know, you're kidnapping somebody, and then out of nowhere, somebody takes that hard left turn to like, come on, we were just assaulting the guy. Now we're wasting perfectly good hot sauce. My tacos need hot sauce.
It better not have been Tuesday.
It's probably Valentine's or Tapatio.
Yeah, true.
Who is the silver medalist for Australia this week, my friend?
Oh, it has been a while since we've been here. It has been a while, but NCR, have you got it ready? Because guess where we're going?
The city of Townsville is under attack.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in Townsville.
Townsville, where is that?
Townsville in far north Queensland. And our vote for the shittest town in Australia last year. It was bad. It was very bad. And it just got worse. Unfortunately, the story is behind a paywall, but the story is a 13-year-old girl has been sentenced for stabbing a Coles worker in a car park. A remorseless young girl. Yeah. A remorseless young girl who led a shopper into a false sense of security before stabbing her has been told off by a Townsville judge for her lack of empathy towards the worker. Allegedly, they were causing a little bit of a scene. She was causing a little bit of a scene, lured a Coles worker out of the store, and then proceeded to stab the worker. I repeat, she was 13 years old.
Oh,
as
Jesus
in
Christ.
the offender. Now, we have been confirmed as well that she has pled guilty and then just sat back and laughed.
You know, we have to ask this to the parents.
Have you ever tried simply turning off the TV, sitting down with your children, and hitting them?
Strong words from Bender, isn't it?
Well, it's fitting.
It is. It's now round up to explain. This has been a bit of an issue for Queensland, especially far north Queensland, where they have a massive youth crime problem.
Yeah.
So much so that the state has now introduced adult crime, adult times punishments. I think this one suits the case for adult crime, adult time. Oh, sad, sad, sad. Who is your silver medalist?
My silver medalist is a Florida man is charged with fentanyl trafficking after he was caught eating blueberries in a Pensacola Walmart.
What is it with Florida man and fentanyl this week?
Well, it's a crazy, crazy story, but here we go. A Florida man was arrested. A 44-year-old Florida man was stopped with and found with enough fentanyl for trafficking charges after he was caught eating blueberries inside a Pensacola Walmart, according to the arrest reports. Brian Flagging was arrested May 11th with charges of retail theft, trafficking in fentanyl, possession of methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He is being held in the Esplanade County Jail on a $34 and $500 bond. This all stemmed from him taking a package of blueberries inside the Walmart that were valued at $2.87. He began eating the strawberries and was told to stop by staff or pay for them. It's reported as the deputies searched him, they found 11 grams of fentanyl amongst other drugs and paraphernalia on him.
Where on it is what I want to know.
It doesn't specify. It's a short article, but when you think of Florida man, I believe this is the image that we all think of.
Yep.
He's even got a neck tattoo.
He's also got a teardrop tattoo right there. It's hard to notice.
Wow.
He's got a teardrop there right under the eye, several tattoos, and I think he needs to go talk to the Pope's brother.
Kind of looks like Joey Surreal a little bit, don't you think?
A little bit, yeah. That just screams midlife crisis. Except it's a Florida man midlife crisis. There's no ponytail, there's no Porsche, and there's no earring.
This is true.
Instead, he'd probably have a Ford MR2. Is that right?
Sounds
no,
Toyota
MR2, sorry. He'd have a Toyota MR2 and a neck tattoo. Yeah. This is one thing we're going to have to work on, NCR. We need to work out what is the ultimate midlife crisis image in Florida, because it's very different to the rest of the world.
That is true. But let's move on to the gold medalist. Who is the shit towns of Australia's gold medalist for this week?
Oh, this is a bad one. This is a really bad one. The shittest town of Australia for the week ending the 1st of June, 2025, is Ararat, Victoria, where an F-wit has crashed the stolen car that he was in with a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old toddler in the back seat. It's happened again. Oh, my God. I can't believe this. It's another idiot who's gone out, stolen a car with kids in the back. This time, didn't even have the common decency to at least pull over and give the kids to someone before running off. He just drove off and then crashed the car with the kids inside.
Yikes.
NCR, I'm going to need King Shark for this.
Hold on.
Oh, well, you can kindly go fuck yourself.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed. Unfortunately, the story is behind a paywall. But a Mitchell Park man has been arrested and charged after stealing a car with a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old, 1-year-old girl and a 2-year-old boy, and then nearly flipped the bloody car whilst trying to evade police. You, sir, are heading directly to the wood chipper.
100% agree with that one.
Or get that girl to stab him in the cock.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. But Woody's Wood Chipper Emporium, don't worry, we didn't forget about you this week. Who is your ultimate Florida man for the week?
Florida man high on meth, bitten by alligator, attacks police, and is fatally shot, and chaos ensues. We're heading off to your favorite place.
Oh, we're going to Polk County, are we?
Yes. And Anthony, Roundup?
Yeah.
We're heading to my old stomping grounds, Lakeland, Florida.
Yes! Make this happen. But, did you say he was high on meth, did you?
Yes.
What city are we talking about?
Sorry,
what city are we talking about?
The Florida man in question here was released from jail after he tried to attack Polk County officers with garden shears. Only minutes after surviving an attack from an alligator. Polk County Sheriff's deputies began to search for Timothy Schloch, age 42, just before 6 a.m. Now, he was recently released from jail. The deputies searched around 40 minutes, but they could not find him. Residents in a nearby neighborhood called the sheriffs, reporting a man swimming in an alligator-infested lake. Witnesses then threw a life preserver, and another witness reported that he heard shits groaning at them, growling at them, trying to help him. Witnesses also told deputies an alligator was spotted close to him as he was swimming across the lake. Switch engaged was in danger from the lake, was extracted from the lake, I'm sorry, while the alligator was approaching to begin to bite him. But walking between two houses, he picked up a pair of gardening shears. The sheriff's officers saw him and began to use bricks to approach him to block him from attacking them. The resident tackled him, where he then told the fact that he was bitten by an alligator, still in a rampage, shockingly, because enough meth in that person's system not to attack people, said Sheriff Grady Judd.
Yes, he's back.
Witnesses told detectives they saw the suspect running to the deputy with gardening shears ready to attack him. She said she waited too long to shoot. But our deputies tried to de-escalate the situation with a taser on him 2 different occasions. But he continued to charge at the deputy, said Grady Judd. Judd then claims, said he climbed into a passenger side of the Polk County Sheriff's Officer's patrol vehicle, trying to get the rifle. That's when 2 deputies. Yes, Polk County Sheriffs have rifles in their vehicles now, not just shotguns.
Okay, good.
So 2 deputies identified as a trainee and the trainer opened fire, fatally wounding him. They performed CPR, but he did not survive the 10 to 12 gunshots.
Well, NCR, you know what they say.
Drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. If you do them, you're bad. Because drugs are bad, okay? It's a bad thing to do drugs, so don't be bad by doing drugs, okay? That'd be bad. Drugs are bad, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You know, this shows restraint by the Polk County Sheriffs because there was an incident in, I think it was 09, 08, where, yeah, it was 08, where a suspect attacked and fatally wounded 2 officers from the Polk County Sheriff's Office and one of their canines, fatally wounding them all, stealing one of their guns, where they caused a massive citywide manhunt in the city of Lakeland, where they found the suspect trying to shoot the stolen deputy's guns at the law enforcement officer searching for him, where they opened fire and fired 185 rounds, striking him with 86 of the fired rounds. And we get one of the best quotes from Grady Judd when he was asked at the press conference, why did your deputies shoot that many rounds? His response, because that's what they had on them. Again, in Florida, you need to remember this.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Oh, yeah.
That is facts.
That is my gold medalist for
That is
this week.
incredible. That is absolutely incredible.
How many rounds?
I would
They
like to
fired
put up
10 to
mine.
12 rounds.
Jeez. I mean, that took a fair bit to take him down eventually. I'd like to put up my guy for the golden turd for this week. I mean, endangering kids while you're stealing a car in that manner. Yeah, dude, you get the golden turd, I think.
I think I can agree with that. He deserves a trip to Woody's Wood Chipper Emporium.
Yep, absolutely. As for the MVP, the person with the best hustle, I'm almost thinking Annie Knight. I mean, fair play to her. She got the notoriety she wanted, and she still managed to keep the man. Fair play.
With a battered chat taco.
Although I think the honourable mention goes to your guy, NCR, who decided to deploy a Reservoir Dog-style torture with hot sauce.
That is true.
That is.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since he's into torture, if he ever gets out of that 22-year sentence, let's set him up with the Hook special from Mistress C.
Yes, I agree. Mistress C could set him up well.
She could teach him a lesson.
Indeed. Wow.
And that is another lineup of champions. And, well, Florida Roundup, would you like to plug your channel, sir?
Ask that again?
Would you like to plug your channel?
Yeah, it's Florida Roundup. I like to tell people my channel is kind of like Tuapri, except I use comedy.
Very well played, sir.
You know what? I have to do this.
Hot damn! I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
But honestly, hearing that sick burn, I think everyone in the panel and in the side chat was thinking this.
Damn!
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much.
Please, if you guys can, go and check out Florida Roundup's channel. He puts out amazing videos, actually funny videos, funnier than a lot of the frauditors in Tuapri, definitely.
Thanks.
you won't be disappointed. And let's be honest, you are one of the best out there. We hope big and great things for you and your channel, sir.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks. It's weird. I don't think anybody actually watches me, and to hear that means a lot.
Hey, I watch your stuff. You put out great content. You put out facts with your videos. You put out funny clips. You put out funny jokes. I respect you, and I like your channel, sir. I've actually subscribed to it.
Oh, thanks. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, but one of my bits is based on yours. You know how you do the what does you do?
Shenanigans?
Yeah, shenanigans. Well, whenever I hear something dumb, do you remember what I do? Have you heard what I do?
I'm trying to remember right off the top of my head.
The bitch, please.
Oh,
I turned that into a little bit. So that's actually inspired by you, NCR.
Nice.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's outstanding.
And on that note,
we're going to make sure we do more lives. So I think this is going to become a tradition now. Once a month, we're going to do one of these episodes live.
Oh, yes. And I have put out invitations to other content creators. We're hoping to get some of them on here. We're also trying to get a couple of lawyers to join us because we would love to get a lawyer's take again with the shenanigans that we have here.
And don't forget, everyone, to please like and subscribe to NCR News Network. Let's get him to 10K by the end of the year.
We get to 10K, I might do something special. Maybe another costume stream. I don't know. But I will promise you, I will not smack my ass in the flamingo suit again.
Yeah, please don't. That's an image we don't need.
Well, it's already out there, folks.
God damn it.
It was fun. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, you're
Our
welcome.
pleasure.
You're always welcome to come back anytime. And again, please go and check out and subscribe to Florida Roundup's channel. And on that note, I am NCR News Network.
I'm Anthony Caruso.
And we will see you guys next time.
See you guys.